In yet another battle between Elon Musk versus the rules of physics, Musk has asserted that the next Tesla Roadster will be capable of flight. When most people believed Musk was being his typical sarcastic self on Twitter, he informed them that he was serious. He went on to say that the limited edition Tesla Roadster would come with a SpaceX option package that includes not one, but 10 rocket thrusters positioned flawlessly around the car. Musk even stated that the rocket thruster-equipped version would accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 1.1 seconds. Naturally, this raised questions about the feasibility of such a project. Musk was prompt to confirm, as reassuring as Elon Musk can be on Twitter, in a response to a query saying yes with the SpaceX rocket thruster option package. It will be risk-free yet intensive, like a challenging roller coaster. It's probably not a good idea for anyone with medical conditions. Musk had previously stated that one could basically accelerate at the limit of human endurance. As it turns out, it is a roller coaster with the ability to fly. This will be able to fly very short distances, Musk added on Twitter. "I've always joked at flying vehicles, and now I'm building one," he said, adding that it was ironic. Musk teased us with the idea back in 2019, so this isn't the first time he has made such a claim. In response to Mark Brownlee's skepticism, Musk casually revealed that the Roadster will feature a SpaceX cold gas thruster system with extremely high-pressure air in a composite overwrapped pressure vessel in place of the two back seats. The Tesla Roadster, set to debut in 2022, is the successor to the automobile that established the Tesla brand. The original Roadster was one of the first mass-market electric vehicles to popularize lithium-ion batteries, and it also demonstrated that electric vehicles could be high-speed. In terms of sheer acceleration, the future version would outperform the original Roadster and every previous Tesla, even the planned tri-motor Model S. The SpaceX version will also beat every Tesla in terms of pricing. It's been the topic of a lot of conjecture, especially in Silicon Valley, where virtual takeoff vehicles and urban air mobility seem to be the next big thing. But so far, Musk's signals have been ambiguous at best. Musk told Bloomberg's Max Chafkin a few years ago, "Obviously, I enjoy flying stuff. However, it's difficult to envision the flying automobile as a scalable solution." However, while discussing the revised Tesla Roadster, Musk had been quick to stress that it will be able to fly, although briefly, owing to new thrusters developed by SpaceX. Some observers believe Musk is being cryptic on purpose. The Roadster's thrusters are just one example of how Tesla, with both its electric vehicle and battery storage businesses, and SpaceX, can share talents and expertise. In a recent study, Morgan Stanley analysts wrote, "The potential skills transferability and network adjacencies are too significant to ignore. In our opinion, the chances of Tesla not offering products and services to the eVTOL UAM industry are slim." According to Morgan Stanley analysts, the main reason Tesla isn't addressed in the flying vehicle story is that Musk doesn't talk about it often. He and his team downplay it when he does, focusing instead on space, tunnels with the Boring Company, and transportation. According to a report published by Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas, Tesla's next commercial endeavor will most likely be flying automobiles. While Jonas acknowledges that Tesla and its CEO Elon Musk have never stated their intention to construct a flying car, he feels the synergies between flying cars, autonomous driving, electric automobiles, and battery technology are too tremendous to be overlooked. Tesla's chances of not offering products and services to the flying vehicle industry are little to none. The potential for talent transfer and network connections is too great to ignore, Jonas emphasized. According to Jonas, while Musk has previously preferred autonomous vehicles, tunnels, and space travels, he dismissed flying cars. As a result, we must accept that Tesla executives have actively rejected conjecture about their involvement with flying vehicles up to this point. So that's all there is to it. Tesla will be on our roadways, underground in tunnels, and even on Mars. But not in the sky of the Earth? We're not persuaded, to be honest, Jonas remarked. The analyst, who has a flair for long-term conjecture on Tesla's economic trajectory, believes that a portion of the flying vehicle market might be worth $1,000 per share for Tesla by 2050, with a total addressable market of $9 trillion. On the other hand, a flying vehicle company may be valued as low as $100 per share for Tesla. But for the time being, Jonas is removing the possibility of Tesla flying vehicles from his $900 Tesla price estimate, owing to a high amount of speculation. It's worth noting that our $900 price estimate excludes any consideration of Tesla's involvement in the aviation industry, Jonas said. So perhaps all we have to do now is wait. And then there's the wait for the plane to take off. Is Elon Musk planning to build an actual flying electric vehicle? This is not yet a confirmed feat or production line at Tesla. Even so, customers will undoubtedly expect one from the corporation. The popularity of Tesla's products has spawned a cult-like following that eagerly awaits all of the company's new releases. Rimac Concept 1, which claims to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds, 1.8 to be exact, is one of Tesla's closest challengers. It was faster than the Roadster at first. However, Elon Musk's latest claims that the Tesla Roadster can go from 0 to 60 in under a second beat it. Musk recently stated on Twitter that the Tesla Roadster can fly for a fraction of a second before landing or returning to the surface, and that it can do it using the SpaceX thruster package. Little is known about SpaceX's thruster package or its fuel and propellant requirements, given Tesla is a wholly electric corporation. The Tesla Roadster 2022 was a long-rumored vehicle later confirmed for 2021 by Elon Musk. However, new rumors say that the Roadster will be available for pre-order in 2022 and arrive in 2023, 2 years later than its initial debut date, owing to Tesla's chip troubles like the one with the Model S Plaid. With the SpaceX thruster package, the Tesla Roadster 2022 can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.1 seconds, giving it enough velocity and momentum to launch from the ground for a more prolonged flight. The Roadster's thruster, along with its light body, would be the key reason for its capacity to fly, but it would not be able to sustain it, according to Musk, because it lacks wings or propellers to maintain altitude. Is it possible for Tesla to create a flying car? Elon Musk's desire to do so is well known, and we're confident that someone within Tesla is currently working on such a project. While we wait for it, Tesla's CEO turned to Twitter to compliment British industrial designer Tom Abbott Davies' idea of a prospective Tesla Model V, the eVTOL, or Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing Vehicle, that Abbott Davies started to conceptualize. At the same time, he was still a student. In 2014, he took inspirations from a manta ray. It's a one-passenger vehicle with 3 battery-powered engines, including a 1,250 kilowatt rear motor and 2 650 kilowatt brushless motors, as well as a magnesium fuselage with a titanium shell. Of course, the Model V is simply a concept that will never see the light of day, at least not until lithium-ion batteries achieve the energy density required to propel a flying vehicle. Despite the early attempts at electric planes, a flying automobile with vertical takeoff and landing would be unique. According to Mr. Musk, commercial-grade batteries would need to have the density of at least 400 to 500 watt-hours per kilogram, whereas the best batteries now have the density of 250 watt-hours per kilogram. We'll get there someday, but it doesn't appear like electric flying is a high goal for the electric mobility industry. That's not to say that innovative ventures and ideas like Abbott Davies's should be abandoned in favor of a future of sustainable flying automobiles. That concludes today's video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. When it comes to the electric vehicle industry, Tesla is a name that everyone worships, and when it comes to electronics, Samsung is definitely among the top dogs. These two giants have collaborated in the past to create the chips that promote Tesla's full self-driving, but it has been said that their new collaboration is going to knock the competition out of the park. So what exactly are the two corporations collaborating on now? And at how much is the collaboration going to be valued? These are some of the questions we'll be answering in today's video, so stick around and enjoy. The world's leading chipmaker, Samsung Electronics Corporation, will produce Tesla Incorporated's next-generation hardware 4, or the HW 4.0 chip, for the company's fully autonomous driving technology. On top of that, they have also signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Samsung, allowing them to provide the camera modules in their upcoming 2022 Cybertruck. But first, let's talk about the chips and understand what is FSD. Tesla Autopilot is a collection of advanced driver assistance systems, or ADAS, that amounts to Level 2 vehicle automation and is provided by Tesla. Some of its primary features are lane centering, a traffic-aware control system, automated lane modifications, semi-autonomous navigating on limited-access highways, self-parking, and the ability to call the car from a garage or parking spot. All of these factors are under the control of the driver, who must keep a continual eye on the vehicle. The features, according to the company, reduce accidents caused by driver error and tiredness from long-distance travel. Despite being ranked first in the performance and capabilities category and second in the use and ease category by Consumer Reports in October 2020, Tesla Autopilot was ranked a distant second in driver assistance systems, showing that it is in fact below Cadillac's Super Cruise on the list. Full Self-Driving, or FSD, is an autopilot upgrade package that adds further ADAS features. As of May 2021, the beta FSD software is being tested by a few thousand workers and customers. The Society of Automotive Engineers has set 6 levels in the field of autonomous driving, and with FSD, Tesla plans on achieving level 5. To do this, Tesla uses visible light cameras and data from other components in the car, such as coarse-grained two-dimensional maps used for navigation, ultrasonic sensors used for parking, and so on, to train a neural network based on the behavior of hundreds of thousands of Tesla drivers. Tesla has decided against using LiDAR, which Elon Musk has labeled as expensive and unnecessary. Other companies, including Waymo and Cruise, train their neural networks based on the behavior of highly trained drivers and employ extremely detailed three-dimensional maps and LiDAR in their autonomous vehicles, while Tesla takes a different approach. So now that you're familiar with FSD, let us get back to the Samsung partnership. Samsung is expected to win the deal over large foundry rival Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co., or TSMC, according to numerous industry sources on Thursday. Also, a fun fact that you must know is that while Tesla is collaborating with Samsung, there was a time when Elon was massively trying to pursue Apple, Samsung's biggest competitor, to take over Tesla. However, this could not happen since Apple CEO Tim Cook just could not find the right time to meet with Musk. Since the beginning of this year, Tesla and Samsung's foundry division have been working on the chip's design and samples. Tesla just chose Samsung to manufacture the HW 4.0 self-driving processor. One of the insiders claimed it's almost a done deal. According to the sources, Samsung Electronics expects to mass build the Tesla HW 4.0 chip using 7nm processing technology at its major Hwaseong facility in Korea in the fourth quarter of this year at the earliest. The 7nm method is less advanced than the 5nm process, but Samsung chose it to assure a higher number in manufacturing the chips and consistency in chip quality, since the 7nm process is tried and tested, whereas 5nm process is fairly new. Whether or not this gamble will work, we'll see the results when the chips are installed in full self-driving automobiles, according to the company. Another insider claimed Tesla and Samsung agreed on the 7nm process to ensure the safety of Tesla's next-generation electric vehicles. HW 4.0, also known as the FSD Computer 2, is the successor to Tesla's existing HW 3.0 chip, which was also designed and built by Samsung. Samsung's previous collaborations with Tesla are one of the major reasons why they chose not to take their production requirements elsewhere. The expected agreement between Samsung and Tesla comes with allegations from Taiwan that Tesla collaborated on the creation of its HW 4.0 chip with TSMC, the world's largest foundry chipmaker. Tesla chose Samsung to make its next-generation autopilot chip after weighing factors like production costs, the probability of long-term collaboration, and the availability of Samsung technology in Tesla's own semiconductor design, according to insiders. In 2016, the American electric vehicle giant began assembling a team of chip architects to develop its own silicon and design efficient circuits for self-driving vehicles. Samsung's increased cooperation with Tesla, according to industry officials, would strengthen Samsung's foothold in the worldwide foundry market as the US business tries to extend its fully autonomous EV lineup. Tesla has already received 1.2 million pre-orders for its all-electric pickup, the Cybertruck, which will be unveiled in late 2022. The Tesla Cybertruck is intended to be equipped with the HW 4.0 computer. So, this basically means that Samsung has also got 1.2 million orders in the bag. And speaking of Samsung and the Cybertruck, it only makes sense that we move on to the second part of today's video, where we talk about Samsung and Tesla's partnership over the provision of the camera modules for Tesla's upcoming Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is a much-awaited model that Tesla fans have been waiting for. The outside exoskeleton of the Cybertruck is made of stainless steel, and the glass is relatively shatterproof. There will be seating for 6 people in the Cybertruck, as well as additional storage under the second-row seats and a 17-inch touchscreen. The Cybertruck will have 100 cubic feet of lockable outside storage, as well as onboard energy and pressurized air for activities like camping. The Tesla's suspension can be raised or lowered by 4 inches, and it can carry a weight of 3,500 pounds. Starting at nearly $40,000 for a lower model, the price of this beast can go upwards of $60,000. Tesla has also begun distributing a beta version of its full self-driving capabilities, known as V10. Customers that buy a Cybertruck now have the option to add FSD functionality for an additional $10,000. The twin-motor and tri-motor variants are the most popular pre-orders, according to sources. Only about 17% of pre-orders are for the single-motor version, which is supposed to be the first to ship. Because Tesla has removed all Cybertruck pricing and specifications from its website and just kept a $100 fully refundable fee that one needs to pay to pre-order, the prices listed above may change. Samsung has reportedly agreed to a $436 million deal with Tesla to utilize its latest camera modules in the Cybertruck. Tesla, being the 6th company in the world to hit the $1 trillion mark in market valuation, can certainly afford these prices, and more so would wish to do so since they only want the best for their products. The prototype vehicle that was on display didn't have traditional rear-view mirrors, instead relying on a network of cameras linked to the dashboard screens. The production model should be very similar to the prototype, and these reports confirm that the Cybertruck will be designed without mirrors. As we all know, this is not the first time the two companies have collaborated. Samsung has previously provided Tesla with various EV-related technology, such as batteries, and sources suggest that the new Pixel LED headlamp produced by Samsung will be used by Tesla in future EVs. With such giant partnerships coming up, whether or not the Cybertruck may get the acclaim that other Tesla vehicles have gotten, it's still certainly worth the consumers as well as the competition keeping an eye on. That's all for today's video. Let us know if you think replacing mirrors with cameras on the Cybertruck is a good idea down in the comments. Also, be sure to like this video and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Today, we'll be telling you all about Rivian and whether or not it could be Tesla's greatest competitor. In a world where electric vehicles are the new trend, can Tesla survive being on top forever? And what role does Rivian play in challenging the current market leaders? Stick around to find out more. Rivian Motors' meteoric rise to the top of the stock market is a mixed bag of good and bad news for investors. The good news? Rivian's initial public offering created a new tech billionaire and made a lot of money for some of its clients. The bad news: it currently has a market capitalization of more than $100 billion, meaning that the electric vehicle manufacturer can become the next Tesla, despite the reality on the ground. Rivian has significant obstacles in ramping up manufacturing and capturing market share from Elon Musk, according to experts. Rivian has raised over $12 billion in the largest IPO of 2021, stealing a march on competitors by becoming the first to debut an electric pickup vehicle in September. Its stock soared by more than 50% at one point, before finishing at just over $100 a share, 29% more than the $78 offer price. In late morning trading, the shares jumped again, trading at over $123. The firm, founded in 2009, is now valued at over $120 billion, considerably more than century-old American auto giants Ford and General Motors, but still far behind rival electric car maker Tesla, which has a $1 trillion market price. Rivian's stock has been under pressure, but with a market valuation of over $100 billion, it's impossible to argue that the electric car startup hasn't been an enormous success. Since Elon Musk's sale of Tesla shares to former Tesla employee Peter Rawlinson's Lucid Group, the buying and selling behavior in EV stocks has been ferocious. Tesla did not have a market valuation of more than $80 billion until early 2020, and by that time, it was producing 100,000 vehicles every quarter. Rivian has just recently begun shipping its first customer vehicles, even though the electric car firm has lost over $2 billion at the start of the last year. It was the biggest IPO since Facebook in 2012, and unlike its competition, it has only supplied 53 automobiles to date, most of which have gone to staff. Rivian intends to boost this number to 1,000 by the end of the year. Amazon, Ford, and Saudi investment group Abdul Latif Jameel are among the company's significant sponsors. Furthermore, its increasing stock price demonstrates no shortage of investors eager to get a piece of this attractive pie. But in terms of market share, does it have a chance to compete with Tesla? Let's take a look at it. During COP26, several automobile manufacturers pledged to phase out fossil fuels by 2040 or sooner. As a result, investor interest in electric alternatives is at an all-time high right now. Rivian exists to create products and services that help our planet transition to carbon-neutral energy and transportation, says CEO RJ Scaringe. However, it will have to compete with Tesla, a giant. In 2019, the stock of Elon Musk's trillion-dollar corporation hovered around $40. Even after selling $5 billion worth of shares following a Twitter poll, it's worth $1,063 per share 2 years later. Tesla just announced record Q3 earnings, with sales up 57% year over year. In 2021, it will have delivered more than 600,000 vehicles. Rivian, on the other hand, is only now beginning to roll out its first vehicle, the R1T pickup truck. Musk tweeted, "I hope they're able to achieve high production and break-even cash flow. That is the actual test." There have been hundreds of automotive startups, both electric and combustion, but Tesla is the only American car maker to reach high-volume production and positive cash flow in the past 100 years. Rivian hopes to swiftly ramp up manufacturing to 150,000 vehicles per year by late 2023, after producing only a few hundred thus far. However, other experts believe it will have to increase its output to unsustainable levels to justify the premium. Rivian was overpriced even at the then-anticipated $52 billion valuations, according to New Constructs, a Nashville-based financial research firm, in a report last week. This suggests that Rivian will sell 2 million vehicles in 2030, roughly 2.5 times the amount of Tesla vehicles created in the last 12 months. Given Rivian's lack of manufacturing infrastructure and expertise, as well as the severe competition it confronts in the EV industry, the company added, these manufacturing milestones seem highly implausible. For the time being, Morgan Stanley has identified several critical areas of risk for Rivian as it ramps up production processes and prepares to fulfill car orders. The company's capacity to grow production amid ongoing supply chain delays and shortages beyond 2022 is the first concern. According to the research, the second concern is severe rivalry inside the EV industry from companies like Tesla. Comparing your valuation multiple to Tesla is easy. Competing against Tesla is hard, according to the study. Rivian's financing is the third danger. Morgan Stanley forecasts that the business will require an extra $14 billion in outside capital to fund its development. Furthermore, Morgan Stanley predicts that Rivian will likely be cash flow negative until the fiscal year 2026. It's important to remember how much has happened in the world since Tesla was created in 2003. Some in the industry thought electric cars were a niche or perhaps a transitory craze at the time, and the significant manufacturers considered the California upstart as posing no danger to their supremacy. However, the rising need to combat global warming is compelling governments to enforce the changeover to clean cars, thus putting the internal combustion engine out of business. The segment is starting to turn a profit due to this transformation. Tesla's profit increased to $1.6 billion in the third quarter after producing 238,000 automobiles. This raises the stakes for existing manufacturers, who are well aware that they are fighting a losing battle to make the switch to electric vehicles. Ford and GM, Volkswagen and BMW, and the others are investing heavily to make up for lost time and produce appealing electric automobiles to compete with Musk's Tesla. Not only that, but a slew of new electric vehicle manufacturers like Lucid in California and NIO in China have entered the market. Rivian, like Tesla, has a large number of ardent admirers. Duncan Davidson, a general partner at venture capital firm Bullpen Capital, expressed his admiration for the firm. Rivian is Tesla's mini-me. They all play under the same rules. They are going to do as well as Tesla in their segment, he said. Rivian, located in Irvine, California, was founded in 2009 and focused on the most profitable U.S. market sectors, with the R1T pickup truck and the R1S sports utility vehicle, both constructed on the same platform. The cars can climb steep slopes in the wilderness and accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour on the freeway in under 3 seconds. The R1T starts at $67,500, while the R1S, which starts at $70,000, is expected to hit the market in December. Rivian had roughly 55,400 pre-orders for the first two versions in the United States and Canada at the end of October. Rivian is aided by two titans who are essential for its success. Amazon owns 20% of the firm and has placed an order for 100,000 electric delivery vehicles. Ford sees its position in Rivian as necessary, with a prior investment in the company worth more than $10 billion following the IPO. However, there have been issues underneath the hood. Last year, Ford and Rivian apparently abandoned plans to collaborate on an electric vehicle. Enjoying the video so far? Then make sure to like this video, subscribe to Tesla Facts for a chance to win the weekly shoutout giveaway. Let's move on. Rivian is supported by Jeff Bezos, Amazon's chairman and the world's second richest man. By 2025, Amazon has pledged to purchase 100,000 Rivian electric automobiles. Given the exact order quantities, it's tempting to compare this vow to the Tesla Hertz contract. After SpaceX defeated Blue Origin to become the first private business to fly an all-civilian team into space, this backing might signal the start of a new competition with Musk. Their competition was recently highlighted when the U.S. Court of Federal Claims denied Blue Origin's claim that NASA had unjustly granted SpaceX a $2.89 billion contract for the next-generation lunar landing technology. Rivian has surpassed Ford and General Motors as the second most valuable automobile firm in the United States. However, its market capitalization is a fraction of Tesla's. The thrill of investing in new electric vehicle startup may fade in the coming days. It's worth mentioning that Rivian's stock will face competition from traditional automakers. which are all investing heavily in their electric vehicles. However, considering Ford's investment in Rivian is strategic, the newcomer may have a long-term market edge over Tesla's standalone plan. Rivian has a solid backing base and is well liked by investors. However, its potential to compete with Tesla will be determined by how swiftly it expands, and as Musk is well aware, it won't all be smooth sailing. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Today, we'll be telling you the easiest way that you too can afford to buy a Tesla. These methods practically can make a Tesla free of charge on your monthly income. What are these methods? And have they been proven to work in the past? Stick around to find out more. All the companies Elon Musk has created and invested in have gone from nowhere to be at the top of their respective fields, be it SpaceX and their mission to explore the limitless boundaries of space and create a colony on Mars, or Neuralink and their aim to implant chips in the human brains. They have all Elon's brain behind them. The same goes for Tesla. Musk has revolutionized the automobile industry with his Tesla electric vehicles, from an investor to CEO. However, one complaint that many have had regarding a Tesla is its price. Tesla models have ranges that exceed the $100,000 mark and beyond the budget of everyday workers. But don't beat yourself up for that, because today we'll be going over a list of the top 5 ways that you too can afford a Tesla without having to go through the process of creating a massive dent in your pocket. So let's start by understanding the process of ordering a Tesla. Teslas aren't sold at typical car dealerships with loads of inventory. Buyers must order their vehicles online, even though the company has shops where you can see the cars up close and maybe take a test drive. All in all, it can take up to 12 weeks for your order to arrive. The Model 3, which was launched in 2017 with a starting price of $35,000 back then, currently has a starting price of $38,000 and is the most affordable Tesla in the market. However, there are some overheads, such as the delivery fees of $1,200 that add to the car cost and bring the price up. Now, let's check some of the points you need to be aware of before you consider buying a Tesla. Number 5. Financing, credit, and insurance. Please don't get the wrong idea. When you lease or finance a Tesla, you'll be required to make a down payment, but it'll be due at the time of signing, not when you place the order. The company will require a deposit of $4,500. According to the Tesla website's finance calculator, financing with the company would result in a monthly payment of $519 for 72 months, or 6 years. The monthly rent for a 3-year lease would be $371. The government has granted substantial federal tax credits for electric vehicle purchases of up to $7,500. Still, each manufacturer has a limited number of credits available, and the Tesla credits have long been sold out. Luckily, the Biden administration has raised the credit to a maximum of $10,000, depending on the situation now. You can also buy a Tesla using Bitcoin if you're a crypto enthusiast. Musk, who is widely known for his involvement in the cryptocurrency market, made the revelation on Twitter a month after the company purchased $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Number 4. Purchasing a used Tesla. A Tesla's foundation is so strong that it can be used for years and be driven for thousands of miles and still have better performance than many cars out there. So there is no shame in purchasing a used Tesla. On top of that, a new car loses 20% of its value within the first year of being purchased. So realistically speaking, a second-hand model Tesla is an excellent way of saving your finances while enjoying the perks of a Musk special. Tesla claims that the used vehicles they sell must pass a 145-point inspection and are backed by a limited used vehicle warranty, extending the original guarantee by 1 year or 10,000 miles. Another option is using the website Carvana, which has an inventory of over 20,000 used automobiles available for purchase, including Teslas. You may pre-qualify for financing and receive customized terms with Carvana. The Tesla can also be delivered right to your doorstep, with a 7-day test drive period included. Number 3. Reducing costs of fuel with a Tesla. It's evident that the hike in fuel prices indicates an impending crisis. Several reports have suggested that these prices will be on the hike for the near future at least. On the other hand, the rise of EVs has been proven to provide a significant cost cut. In the US, a driver is said to drive an average of 25 miles on every gallon of fuel that they fill. Another statistic suggests that on average, the total number of miles driven by one who owns a moderately expensive car is around 15,000 miles. This means that the entire fuel an individual has to fill per year is approximately 600 gallons. That amounts to a total price of almost $2,000 based on the current fuel prices. On the other hand, if we take into account the total cost that one might have to pay every year for charging their Teslas, the total comes to a much lower amount, which in the longer run proves to be saving on the total you pay for the car during its run. Number 2. Saving cost of electrical charging. Finding a free charging station is the most cost-effective way to charge your Tesla or other electric vehicle. If you're not sure where to go, there are a variety of apps that will show you the nearest charging stations. As electric cars become increasingly prevalent, you'll likely see more of these stations spring up in your neighborhood. The main disadvantage of using a free public charging station is that your battery takes a long time to charge. Expect to be there for at least an hour. However, Tesla is aware of this problem and is working on a solution. A statistic showed that 1 out of 4 electric vehicle owners prefer to take their fuel cars for a long drive since they do not want to wait for such a long time in the heat while their vehicle is charging. Musk has recently filed for a patent to open up a restaurant to tackle this. This restaurant will be an on-the-go takeaway and dine-in place where people can enjoy a quick meal and leave their cars to charge. Tesla has its own supercharging stations all around the United States where you can charge your battery in as little as 15 minutes. Pricing may vary by area and rates may change from time to time, according to Tesla. They have the same approach as any gas station does. Other than that, if there are no charging stations in your region, you will have no choice but to charge your car at home. Most people plug their electric cars into a garage outlet and forget about them while they go about their evening routine. If you choose to charge your vehicle in this way, make sure you do not do so outside of the peak hours of the day, when electricity is most expensive, because peak hours and charges differ depending on where you live. You should inquire about your electric company's policy. Are you enjoying the video? Before we go on to number 1, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Tesla Facts, and turn on bell notifications. Now, let's move on to number 1, cheaper car insurance and the proper maintenance strategy. Auto insurance is costly, and if you don't consider it into your annual car ownership expenditures, it could be a big hit in your finances that you are not expecting. The average yearly cost of auto insurance was $2,390, according to a recent analysis conducted by LendingTree's Value Penguin site. When you're spending more than $2,000 on something, you want to make sure that you're getting the best deal available. You should check around for a tremendous cost on your auto insurance every 6 months to obtain the best deal. We understand that it sounds like a lot of work, but the savings are well worth it. Other than that, it's always good to avoid hefty repair charges by maintaining your cars. Teslas in general are much more expensive than other cars, and that Tesla is aware of. So while your current Tesla may be under repair, Tesla sometimes provides you with a temporary rental free of charge. New Teslas are also assured under warranty of 4 years or 50,000 miles, whichever occurs first. Which one of these methods did you like the most? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time. Elon Musk appears to have no plans to cease disrupting businesses anytime soon, as he has plans to add additional firms and creative innovations to his portfolio. Interestingly, Tesla has a smartphone that is ready to take over, and we'll be looking at the Model Pi, the much anticipated Tesla smartphone, in this video. Assumed to be the most advanced smartphone in the history of smartphones, this piece is in the making to take on the world. Today, we'll be telling you all the little details of the phone and how it can change the face of technology. Without further ado, let's get into the video. As a disruptive visionary, Elon Musk has achieved incredible feats and has had a significant impact on the automobile and space sectors during the previous 2 decades. Musk, in fact, never ceases to amaze us with his astounding technologies and incredible devices. The automated heavy-duty spacecraft Tesla electric cars and Neuralink brain-machine interfaces are unique technologies that we could never have imagined. Tesla's new phone is expected to revolutionize the electronic device sector, in addition to electric cars and space exploration. The Model Pi is powered by Starlink's connectivity. With a network of roughly 1,600 satellites in subsynchronous orbits around the Earth, it is expected to enable total connectivity. When you hear about the Tesla smartphone, the term "everything" comes to mind as the greatest description. Musk plans to include every available technology into the super smartphone, which may be one of the reasons why such a phone has never been invented before. Satellite connectivity for seamless networking is a challenge for all smartphone companies. Although it has a very slow uplink and downlink speeds of 2.4 kilobits per second, the Iridium Go or the Global Link satellite connectivity was one of the most well-known names among satellite phones. The Tesla Pi not only beats this score, but it also rivals smartphone rates. You must be wondering, how many megabytes per second of download and upload connectivity does Starlink fleet offer? The Starlink fleet enables download and upload speeds of approximately 210 megabytes per second because of its low-orbit satellites. Low latency and rapid connectivity are guaranteed with satellites in low orbit. Following Elon Musk's breakthrough in 2020, a flood of new technology has been launched around the world. In fact, if we look at the news stories or the man's tweets, we can easily examine every region. Whether it's through SpaceX, Neuralink, or the quick succession of Tesla models, Musk appears to have made an indelible stamp on every new business. To put it another way, he can build a Mars colony using only the technologies found in a single smartphone. By the end of 2022, SpaceX hopes to have built a worldwide network that will connect significant countries in every continent. By the end of 2021, Musk hopes to connect electric-powered vehicles such as large trucks, aircraft, ships, and electric autos to Starlink. Meanwhile, Tesla model sedans are still not eligible for the benefit owing to the lack of universal Starlink connectivity, but we can expect this to change after the phone is available. In this instance, Tesla automobiles can connect to phones directly without the use of SIM cards. Tesla has also launched tools for its smartphone app that let drivers operate the car without needing to use any manual controls. Machine learning and artificial intelligence have created new ways to engage with humans and machines during this period. Musk's fascinating brain technology, Neuralink, was launched in 2016, and its worth continues to rise. The goal of this engineering is to connect the brain to a machine that can provide direct input. The user would next be implanted with brain-machine interfaces that would make use of existing technology or collaborate with the user's smartphone applications. The central nervous system is entirely connected to sensory organs, including the eyes, sense of smell, touch, and rapid reaction time as part of the Neuralink technology. Developers say that by using this technology, you can actually replace many of your functions and eliminate a lot of cognitive labor. For example, you could use Alexa, Siri, or any other interactive platform to send brain signals straight to your smart devices. As more contemporary products adopt IoT, or Internet of Things, the platform for man-machine contact is expected to develop fast. Neuralink technology can also be used to treat mental disabilities and inability to concentrate. People with mental illnesses will likely be able to climb up to advanced platforms with strong communication as smartphones progress and these applications become available. As a result, by merging these technologies into a smartphone in this manner, the Tesla Model Pi is unquestionably a groundbreaking development inside the business. Aside from the emphasis on extraterrestrial habitation, the major concepts would also be outstanding in the current world. Even though the smartphone has yet to be given a firm release date, we can expect it to include advanced features. It's also unclear what the pricing will be or what structure it will have, but all of these details are likely to be revealed soon. Starlink Satellite currently charges $99 a month for internet access. However, the price of the phone and the terms of the subsequent Starlink subscription have yet to be announced. Despite the fact that the prototype Model Pi has only been shown in photographs and videos, it has sparked interest and anticipation. We're all aware that SpaceX and Apple have teamed up to test a new space tourism venture. Because Apple phones use 5G technology and the fastest LTE network, space tourists have been able to use them. In addition, Apple has created its own satellite technology in conjunction with Tesla's 2017 launch of a satellite phone. However, their powers are confined to emergency situations and they are unable to maintain continuous communication. In other words, the primary source would be cellular technology. While Apple does not have its own satellite like Starlink, it does rely on connections given by Globalstar satellites, but the iPhone 13 is rumored to have satellite connectivity. The Model Pi isn't a foldable or stretchable smartphone like the Samsung Z Flip or the Huawei Mate X2. However, no other smartphone has yet to integrate one of the most remarkable features, the changeable phone case color. The phone's cover has a gradient-changing color coding. It's not surprising that it'll start a trend in the market because it can change color when the sun shines and as the shade falls, as critics have already predicted the competition. There hasn't been any mention of its color range or prototype design, but it appears that we won't need them because the rear and front are designed to be utilized directly. The quad-lens camera array that will be on the back intelligently adapts to the darkness. Astrophotography features will be included in the smart camera using artificially intelligent software. It outperforms every other portable camera on the market. The phone's front screen features an ultrasonic touchscreen lock and quick approach icons for easy access to apps. Aside from the lock and other capabilities that each current phone provides, any busy person will find the phone to be very useful. This is clearly a low-maintenance yet high-quality device with a constant internet connection and solar battery charging around the clock. Mars coins, which were introduced in 2014, are virtual coins that can be used on Mars. If you didn't know, Elon Musk wants to establish a colony there, and as a result, rather than creating additional money, cryptocurrencies and blockchain ledgers may eventually take the place of cash. The Mars Coins developers have constructed a new ledger exclusively for use by the colony on Mars with the support of Musk and the Model Pi as an internal mining application. If used in space tourism missions, it may be a huge success. A simple video connection can bring passengers on board and ground operators closer together. Especially in light of what Musk just revealed, Tesla's phone, in our opinion, is destined to revolutionize the world of electronics. That concludes today's video. Let us know what you think about Musk's new crazy idea. Do you think it'll be a success or another one of Musk's failed imaginations? While you're there, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Today, we will be telling you all about Tesla's 5 new gigafactories. Elon Musk has invested billions of dollars into his gigafactories to boost the production of his models. So, where has he made all these factories? And what benefits will it bring to Tesla and its customers? Stay tuned to the end to find out more. Over the past decade, Tesla has become one of the fastest growing companies in the automobile sector and has comfortably become the biggest name in the electric vehicle industry. Tesla reported production of 936,000 vehicles in 2021, and Musk has plans to take this to 7 figures and cross the 3 million mark in 2022. How can he do that, you may ask? The answer is simple: by boosting his production units. If Musk successfully opens 5 more gigafactories and makes them run at full capacity in the next 5 years, there is no doubt that Tesla can become a part of the top 10 largest car manufacturers in the world. Currently, Toyota stands at number 1 with over 10 million units being produced every year. So let us check out the 5 gigafactories that Musk has in mind for us. Number 5. Giga Nevada. The Nevada Gigafactory is the first of 3 gigafactories that Musk has operating in the United States. Currently, it is only said to be 40% completed, and it has been said that upon completion, this building has the potential to be the building with the largest footprint in the world. It will cover up to a whopping 10 million square feet. To explain how big that is, the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world, has a footprint of 1.85 million square feet. So Musk planning to go 6 times bigger than that will certainly help Tesla boost production massively. The Giga Nevada is supposed to supply battery packs for all electric vehicles produced by Tesla outside Shanghai. The company was using standard lithium-ion batteries, but ever since they changed to their all-new 4680 battery, the range, power, and durability of each Tesla is projected to increase by 400%, making it essential for Tesla to produce as many of these batteries as possible. And that is exactly what he plans on doing at Nevada. The factory's goal is to eventually provide cradle-to-cradle battery management, from raw materials to components to final goods, as well as the recycling of old batteries into new ones. The majority of the value is created by cells, with packing and electronics playing a modest role. Tesla prioritizes manufacturing over goods, allocating more engineers to the development of production equipment than to the development of products. Currently, Giga Nevada employs around 7,000 people, and the number is expected to reach 10,000 upon completion. Number 4. Giga New York. Tesla Giga New York, also known as Gigafactory 2, is a solar cell factory from Riverbend, Buffalo, New York, leased by Tesla subsidiary Solar City. The plant was developed on a brownfield site remediated from a previous steel mill and is owned by the state of New York. The factory, which now has been renamed Riverbend, had begun construction in 2014 and was finished in 2017. With the help of Panasonic, the factory began producing solar cells in 2017 and assembling photovoltaic modules for solar panels in 2018. After testing on employees' rooftops, Tesla said in January 2018 that they would begin installing its latest product on commercial customers' houses within the next few months. Because of its focus on the Tesla Model 3's ramp-up and development of a third version of the Solar Roof, Tesla postponed mass production of the Solar Roof until October 2019, when it revealed that version 3 of the Solar Roof was ready to start production and ramp up installations over the next few months. The project has been accused of overstated job promises, cost overruns, construction delays, bid manipulation, Musk's perceived lack of effort, and allegations that the arrangement was really a bailout for Musk's cousins Peter and Lyndon Reeve, triggering legal action. Back in the day, Giga New York employed around 1,500 people, but the COVID outbreak caused the number to fall below 500. But by the end of 2021, Musk managed to get the number back to the promised number. Number 3. Giga Texas. Located in Austin, Texas, Tesla's Giga Texas is perhaps one of their most important production units of all. But what makes it so important, you ask? Tesla's Cybertruck and Semi 2022 are two of the most awaited creations, and the factory will be the primary production facility for the Tesla Cybertruck and Tesla Semi. For the eastern United States, it will also make Model 3 and Model Y cars. To make it more important, Tesla's corporate headquarters are also to be located there. The Giga Texas has been under construction since July 2020, and Musk hopes to see it operating in early 2022. Cement foundations for 3 GigaPress high-press die-casting machinery were laid at the northeast corner of the Giga Texas production area on January 2021. These huge machines are supposed to help in the production of the beast, that is, the Tesla Cybertruck, which is going to have a stainless steel body and will also be equipped with armor glass to make the external appearance more attractive and increase durability at the same time. Number 2. Giga Shanghai. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has stated that he wants to see 10 to 20 gigafactories built in the next 2 decades. Giga Shanghai is the guinea pig since it is the first gigafactory outside of the United States. The Shanghai Tesla Gigafactory is widely regarded as the peak of Elon Musk's plan. Tesla was able to complete the facility in just 168 days due to a lack of government regulations in China and fewer environmental concerns. When production in Giga Shanghai began in 2020, Tesla was producing roughly 4,000 Model 3s per week. Tesla's output has nearly doubled in the last year, demonstrating that the Gigafactory's ambitions are achievable. In Giga Shanghai, Tesla expects it will be able to produce 450,000 cars per year. The most visible contribution to Giga Shanghai is the creation of jobs in China. Since its completion in 2019, the Gigafactory has employed roughly 2,000 people. Many of the jobs are on the assembly line, making them available to individuals with only a high school diploma. As a country, China has demanded for EVs more than any other country out there, and currently, the factory has been quite successful in meeting demand. Moreover, Tesla has stated that the Gigafactory's output may result in finished vehicles being shipped to Europe to meet demand. The result from China has impressed the company, and it plans to open a research and development center there. Before we go to the 5th Gigafactory of the day, make sure that you drop a like on this video, subscribe to Elon Musk Facts, and turn on bell notifications. Now, let's check out number 1, Giga Berlin. Giga Berlin is built on a 3 square kilometer greenfield chunk of land that has been classified as an industrial zone. It was recommended as a destination for BMW in the year 2000, which is more than 2 decades ago. But BMW chose Saxony, Brandenburg's bordering neighbor, instead. The site was inhabited by monoculture pines and trees, according to authorities. Tesla is expected to reduce tree felling by creating a larger range of products. What made this location so freaky was the fact that engineers had to remove World War II-era bombs from the location. 7 explosives were detonated in a controlled explosion in January 2020 to clear the way for the Gigafactory's construction. Musk indicated that battery cell production would begin with a capacity of 100 gigawatt-hours per year in Germany, then increase to 250 gigawatt-hours per year. It's incredible to think that a single facility with a capacity of 100 gigawatt-hours per year might produce enough batteries for 1.3 million Model Y cars with 75 kilowatt batteries. And who else but Elon Musk to carry out such a goal? The Gigafactories that Musk has in his roster right now are truly achieving every goal he had in mind. There are multiple suggestions that the next Gigafactories should be in places like Japan, India, or even Canada. Which location do you think the next Gigafactory should be situated in? Let us know in the comments below. And again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.